So swimming in general is a very weird,
crazy,
gay sport. And
shaving your body.
Speedos. I like that it's become the battleground because no one cares about it either.
No one
cares about swimming and at all. Swimmers they're ripped, they have great bodies, but no one really cares. Occasionally in the Olympics, you go, oh, that's nice. But I like that it's become this, no one cares, right? It's not the thing anyone cares about.
No one gives a shit.
But what's great is it's this cultural battleground where people are screaming, and these people we've never heard from before and never will again.
Sure.
Are coming out and going, I'm a female swimmer and I deserve respect. Outside of this, people would have went, just shut the fuck up.
No.
They would have said that to her. She would have went, I'm third ranked in the 100 freestyle. And they would have went, shut the fuck up. You mean nothing. Because they don't. But now I think it's funny.
It is, but I mean, I'm probably saying something so stupid and like base, but like, shouldn't you cut your peener off? If you want to be a lady,
agree, and it's more aerodynamic to cut the dress. That's I don't believe some of these.
Are you going for time or not?
Yeah, some of
all that drag.
Yes.
Are we going for time?
I think some people are unsure if they're going to stay the other way.
Oh, that's interesting.
Gotta be a big one
they're
now.
hedging their bets
They're
when they're
hedging
like,
their bets.
I'm detransitioning in case I want to change my mind later.
Yes.
Wait, did this person take hormones? Like, did this person?
I think maybe,
take estrogen?
probably.
Leah?
Yeah.
Like
she took
fully-
estrogen
okay.
For sure.
but she's got the hog.
Does she have tits?
Yeah.
She has tits.
Are they good?
They're not great.
Are they
She's got
smoking?
fucking like traps like
Most female swimmers have the big shoulders
and the lats.
Yes,
the
they do.
crazy lats
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Butterfly.
Yeah.
Those lats are wild on
But
swimmers.
I love that we're debating this now as a country. Like, there's going to be a congressman that comes out soon and goes, "Hey, just cut off the hog if you want to be. If you want to be a female swimmer, you got to cut off your dick."
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I kind of feel like, shouldn't there just be a baseline criterion for
that's
being
a
on the
big bitch right
women's
there.
team?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I understand you identify, but
what's Leah Thomas' height and weight? Can you do that?
She's not trying at all to look like a
no,
female.
like no trying.
She's done less work on it than anyone I've ever seen. She literally just showed up, put a
Right.
bathing cap on.
Right. And a onesie. And
Yeah.
like, I'm a woman? That doesn't seem
6'1". Her
Oh
weight
my
is
God.
not 132.
No.
At
fucking
least the
way.
Dillon Mulvaney one is
Yes.
trying to be a woman, although be it a psychotic one.
Yeah, a
Like
very
a crazy
annoying
person.
What's
one.
the
Yeah.
what is the origin
So annoying.
of this of Dillon?
So Dillon was
fame?
an effeminate gay man who was, I believe, on Broadway or something.
A singer,
okay.
yeah,
A singer, an actor, or something
Right.
like that, and then decided to transition, and then did this blog or something where she was like, every day she's like, I've been a girl for 3
Yeah.
days.
So
Yeah,
it started
okay.
during COVID. and
But
she
you can
was
see
like-
what real effort looks like here.
Yes,
right?
she for
That's
sure
big
loves
effort.
it. She loves being
I mean,
a girl.
some of these
She's
guys.
trying.
She's
She's
trying.
really
Some
trying.
of these guys that transition, especially like in their 50s and 60s, you're like,
Yeah.
oof.
No, it's tough.
You got fucking.
Woof.
It's
You got to
tough.
put it into another gear. Like this is not.
No, there's
enough.
something about sitting down with your kid and going, if you're going to transition, you got to try.
Yeah.
You got to try.
Yeah.
Like, this family will stand behind you, but you got to try.
Yeah.
You got to get a pussy. You got to get tits. You got to look good.
Nails
Yeah.
done,
You gotta-
makeup, hair.
Nail done.
And I would actually say some people when they're aging, you're like, hey, just age with,
Right.
with the face. But older dudes who are transitioning, I would say start with the facelift. Get your
Yes.
fucking. You have a big old basset hound face. You look like a
Right.
droopy dog.
That's
and now
true.
You're like, I'm a broad, and you're like, you
Yeah.
look like a fucking oil tanker worker.
It's,
And, like you gotta
You have to
pull this shit up, man.
Shave
Like,
off a lot of your face.
Full
Like
beard.
Caitlyn Jenner did it. She did it late in life, but her work looks really
because
good.
she spent the money to
committed.
at least like go. I'm
Yeah.
trying to like.
Caitlyn had, I think, the right type of, this is the way to get people to get on the side of trans people. She transitioned and then immediately said, I'm against gay marriage and I'm voting for Donald Trump.
She did. That's
Immediately. And
was
and by the way,
wild.
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why the trans community hasn't
funny.
tried that. Like, just try. Try to be a little more conservative. Like, why are there not trans people being like, hey, I like the cops?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why aren't trans people being like, actually, the cops serve a vital function in our society?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the cops.
And
like, why aren't
abortion's
they?
bad,
You got to
yeah.
throw to get full equality, you got to throw some of your own people
Yes.
under the bus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially when they've already been long dead.
Yeah.
So for me, if I wanted to move in like a nice straight community like you people live in,
Sure.
I would say something like, I'm sure a few of those people at Stonewall were acting up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A
Yeah.
few of them needed to be.
I get it. I get why
So
they
you
got
have to, so the trans people have to like, first of all, they merged with the fat people, which is
The
bad.
trans did.
Trans people came out and were like, they're like fat act, and a lot of them are fat.
Yeah.
They have to clean it up because if gay men first looked like me, they wouldn't have worked. Gay men came
Yeah.
out looking athletic,
better than everyone.
sharp, and better. And then everyone eased into it, and then they accepted different types of gay men. But like this idea
So
that like
true.
people have to, it's like the Sam Smith thing. People are like, oh, people are so transphobic. I'm like, you can't be like, hey, I'm non-binary and I look like a plumber and I'm wearing a panties.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to be hot.
How much can Americans
Everyone-
accept?
Every trans person should be super hot to begin
Yeah.
with.
To
It's like-
begin with,
yes.
'Cause
let's
you're
roll
putting
out the
effort.
hot ones first.
Yes.
You should. You know what? We should all be fooled. Like
Yes.
we should be
Yeah.
like, "There's no fucking way." that
Right.
That's really.
Yeah.
Like, and then be like, "Oh wow, get us on board with that for a while."
Yeah.
And then introduce everything
Well,
else.
so like the swimsuit edition, there's a trans lady on that one.
Yeah.
And she kind of works out that blonde.
Super hot.
Super hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of very hot
Passable.
trans people, and we're
Yeah.
losing
We're-
that, which
yeah.
is sad.
And they shouldn't fuck with Bud Light. I think that was the big mistake with Dillon.
Yeah, it
That was a disaster.
Don't do
it was,
that.
It was a disaster.
She's a pretty blonde lady. She's got big tits. No, not this broad.
That's a trans. That is.
I don't know if it is, but the one that I know of, they recently put her on, is a blonde woman
Okay.
with big cans.
Well, this,
I
Big
think it's just that
fakers.
like my perspective is like, hey,
There
when
she
you're
is.
when you're like,
I mean, convincing, no?
that's Kim Petras. She did the song with Sam Smith.
yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. I like to be to the point where I go like, oh, I'd fuck this chick, and then she pulls her dick out, and I go, I guess I still will. You know,
Yes.
like that.
That's
like that,
exactly right.
You know,
Yes.
that fooled. I want to be completely.
Yeah.
You want to be thrown.
Yeah.
You want to be thrown.
And I think that is the way to get, especially like if you're talking about part of the country being transphobic, you gotta fucking
Right.
really fool them. You gotta
100%. Because I think people are afraid of teachers turning their kids into 300-pound trans communists.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not worried about their kids being like hot trans
So
people.
Yeah.
true.
Like if literally you had a
100%.
meeting and went, they're going trans, we can't stop it, but they're going to be hot.
I know.
They're going to be hot. At least some of the parents would be like, hey,
Yeah.
I got a hot trans kid, as opposed to like some fat, disgusting trans communist.
Well, same with the non-binaries. If the non-binary community weren't always obese girls with purple hair and
Yes.
bad piercings, I might be more on board with them too.
Yes. Or
You know?
if those obese girls with purple hair started coming out and going, we don't need welfare. Get a fucking job, you lazy piece of shit. Then Republicans would start
Like,
going,
oh, this is great.
yeah, we disagree with that. They'd start using the pronouns. They'd be like, we disagree with them. They are making some interesting points, though. We do feel a social safety net can lull people into.